does the other bearing go?
In the slot.
I can't see.
Put some hair around it.
Oh boy.
Morning. Today's video is still going to be on krone repair parts. And what we're doing here, we have to remove this this tooth here, and I have to replace this cast piece. It has to be removed and replaced. Now, both of them. The problem is someone left my gas on a couple days ago and let all the oxygen run out. So Timothy has to go get me a new bottle of oxygen so I can heat up this thing to get it off. This one, not this one. This one has O-rings in it and I really don't want to ruin them. We are replacing these rollers. Quite obviously, that's just part of the maintenance program. And I'm hoping that this thing comes off of there pretty easy, but I should be able to pry that off. Pry these off. See the play in these carrier bearings? I know I replaced a bearing the other day, and the way we did it was a little bit messed up, and my wife is here, so we're going to do it correctly. You thought I was talking to my kibitz?
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful girl. What is she up to? Oh.
Payroll due date.
It is?
Today, yeah, that's why I have to rush here.
Oh, you didn't even give me a call.
No, it's a surprise. Just one day.
That's okay. He didn't show up, right?
Ay, Santimaan, Trinidad.
Anyway, yeah, so what we're doing is I have to replace these, and like I was saying, I did not put it in according to YouTube standards. I didn't do it correctly, but I have done it that way many times. It's no big deal. The problem and the reason why I did it that way was actually it's none of your fucking business why. So you're just gonna have to get over it. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna have to do all that work, and I have this one and 3 others to do, and then we're golden. I have all the bearings obviously are there, and this baler is going to get put back into service pretty quickly. Now, last time I played with this thing, we used Loctite in here, and it worked really well. So I can't get it off. It's not. It's stuck on there. So it's gonna take a little bit to get that off of there. So you'll watch me do it as soon as I get some oxygen. As soon as my lovely son Timothy shows up to it. So dealing with these grease lines can be a bit of a pain in the ass if your hands are bigger than normal people's hands. They just get, you got to get in and around, and you kind of got to put them in the right spot where they don't work. And if you don't have them in the right spot, you could end up with a problem because the needles come up through here quite easily. They will actually destroy. They will destroy some things that you don't want destroyed, like your grease lines. These are all on automatic grease, the grease system. So they have to be tight. One thing that I have learned over the years with the different balers that I've owned is these systems are kind of finicky. I never knew that they were as finicky as they are, but they are. The problem with these things is if you have a problem with, say, a loose line here, it goes all the way back to that big old block back there. And the New Holland had a little bit different system than what this one does. The New Holland system had this little toggle valve. So it would build pressure, and then it would feed one set of lines in that bank, and then it would release the pressure, and then boom, the toggle would go over, and then it would feed the other bank. Now, the problem with the difference between this one that's on the krone and versus the one that was on that New Holland, or those New Hollands that I owned years ago, is that these guys are actually on a priority. You know, I wouldn't say priority. They're on a system that is, if one of these lines breaks or disconnects or something weird happens to it, it will pump the grease through that. It'll pump it out this line, and it'll starve the rest of the system. So I don't like that, because starving your system for grease is never a good deal. So you kind of have to be really vigilant and watch what's happening. As if you do lose that and you don't catch it, you'll run for days and possibly even weeks with grease running on the ground and never even getting to these knotter racks. New Holland was a little bit weird about it. Back here there was an overpressure for that, and you have to watch. If your grease isn't going down, it doesn't mean it's being more efficient, it just means that the grease isn't pumping. And you can get an airlock in there, and you have to actually break the airlock right there. There's where it goes into all those blocks, and let the air out, and then you can reprime the whole system. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the new baler. This is the older baler. This one has 43,000 bales on it. The new baler, which has a total of almost 19,000 bales on it, that had major failures in the VFS. What I would consider major failures. What has happened is the cam follower bearings, they loosened up. And now I've never had that happen before, but they loosened up, and this is something from the factory. And what happened was the grease was no longer going through the bearings, and so it starved the system, the VFS system, of grease, wearing out a lot of stuff inside that VFS. So they've replaced tines, they've replaced tine bars, they replaced all of the teeth that hold those carrier bearings, and it should be good when it gets back to me. But this baler with 43,000 bales on it doesn't have any of those problems. So that's why I know that it's a priority system. You know, so if something is taking grease, it's a pressure system. If the pressure isn't correct, it just runs the grease to the low pressure side, and then you're starving everything else. So really keep an eye out on that stuff. If you're not sure, just, you know, read the book, I guess. So yeah, so this one here, I've got this all done. I just have to tighten all of the grease lines up. It takes a 12mm wrench, which I have here someplace. At least I did. I think it's down in the belly of this beast, so I'm going to go get another one. And I'm going to tighten up all the grease lines. And when I'm done with this, and I'm going to take you through this as we go, but when I'm done with this thing, what I can do is I'll hook the tractor up to it, and I'll power the grease gun. And I will run that grease gun continuously, all by itself. You just turn it on. Nothing has to run other than the grease gun. And then I'm going to look and see where the grease is coming out. And that'll grease the whole entire system from in the baler. Everything from the plunger right down to the lowly knotter rack here. So that'll all have to be done that way. Yeah, so I've opted to take these off. It's easier to work on them on the ground than it is to work on them up here. And I will be replacing these bolts as well. These bolts are terrible. I got brand new ones, so I'll be putting new ones of those on. I've even got brand new nuts to go on there too, so we're good there. What else do I need to say about this at the moment? Oh, and I'm going to be replacing the air compressor as well. So, on to the next thing. Got me?
Yep.
Okay, so what we found out today was that the 8530 is finished. So, as you can see, we're in the Mack truck, me and my beautiful assistant, my wife, Teresa. Huh? Say hello, Teresa.
Hello.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to get the 8530, so she's going to film as I drag it up onto the trailer, drive it up onto the trailer. I'm actually really happy that this happened to the 8530 because last year, when they did the work to the 8530, there was a small oil leak that developed around one of the seams, and it annoyed me. I never said anything because I didn't want to lose my tractor for another week or two. So, and I figured if I could probably split it there and just reseal it if I wanted to. It was just a weep. So anyway, it should be corrected now. Plus I got a free oil change.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's really nice because you gotta love a free oil change. That's $1,000 oil change. Not the engine, the transmission oil. So you got $1,000 oil change for free, so there you go. At least they better have changed that damn oil. You know. Okay.
Well, how are you going to drive it without a key?
I gotta go get a key. I was already in there looking for my key. Alright, I gotta go back in and he told me it was out here. It's not out here. It's my very special key too. Alright, so now we're going to go again. We don't want to run anything over. Not for nothing, it's quieter. You ain't hearing that transmission at all. You hear the transmission at all? There it goes.
There you go, I hear it now. Are you gonna back it up, or are you gonna just forward it? Nah, just forward it. You're just going to the farm.
Yeah, just go to the farm. That's right.
Would you like me to help you outside?
Yeah.
Oh, professional. Scary shit. Wait.
No, that was me. They updated the computer controls.
I'll be scared shit if I fall here.
Huh?
I'll be scared shit if I fall here.
I just gotta get me squared up on here.
You're good.
Well,
Good.
you gotta watch the boards, you know? Your wheels have gotta be the right spot on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should be good right about. Oh, yeah, that section. A little bit farther up forward. It wasn't even showing that I had any fuel in it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is kind of weird.
But it worked. You have fuel now, obviously.
Yeah, I got fuel now, which is weird because it was completely. I was like, damn, I thought I had this thing full of fuel. Yeah.
All right, let's drop her in.
Okay. Hey, Wes. I got key thieves.
Huh?
I got key thieves.
Did you find them?
No.
She's. I guess you guys checked this.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he liked my key is what it was. It had that nice little nylon gizmo on the back of it.
Did you have any other keys on there?
No, it's fine.
Those are yours. Keep them. All right.
No, I don't want to bill for these like him.
No, you're not gonna get a bill for those.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I have it lined up.
You got lined up. You see my face?
No.
Well,
Should I?
you gotta have this, all the beauty. Gotta have all the beauty, right?
It's a little bit.
Just
loose.
a little bit of the beauty.
There you go. It was loose there. I was just trying to
I was
get.
feeling that, you know, I was in that Lindsay Lohan moment, you know. Looks good from far away. Anyway,
No.
it comes out when you pop the bearing out.
Yes, but we don't have to take it out because we're just putting another bearing in.
Right. All right. So, anyways, we're gonna go. Language, Tim. We don't need to hear it.
Yeah, we're gonna get demonetized.
That's right. Demonetized. Not that it matters. I mean, I don't give a shit anymore. That's why I'm just posting when I want to, not when I feel that I need to. So, anyways, what I'm doing is I'm going to de-rill this knotter frame. And I've done enough of these that it's not really that difficult to do. Kind of set everything off to the side there. Inspect. These never go bad. I had a spare one of these. I have no idea where it ever disappeared to.
Is it not in that box?
It's not in the box.
Interesting.
Kind of annoys me, but you know.
Did it come in the box?